to fire this up. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and hit it. All right, hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to Play It Painted Live. Hope you guys are having a good Sunday evening, and here we go with another one of these. So we're painting some more Wrath of Kings. We're at the very end of the Hadross painting, I'm excited to say. So I'm really happy about that. Tonight we are going to be working on mostly Ilva, but we'll work on some of these, the other two final minis as well. So let me go ahead and we just knocked the purple onto her. Well, let's let's work on the skin on this guy here. I do understand we are getting some dropped frame rates, so I apologize for that. And I apologize for my cough, as per usual. So we are going to I want to kind of give him a bluish green type of effect on him, so we're going to go with this malignant green as a base coat for his skin. Okay. And I would like to have a decent size 1 brush to do this kind of work. I might actually break out a size 1. Well, we're probably okay without it. Let's do our workhorse size 2 first. All right. So we are going to give him, as you can see, kind of a pale green skin. We'll affect that with a little bit of aqua as well when the time comes. But for right now, happy to just give him a little bit of like a green skin undercoat here. Okay? Because he is sort of Lord of the Deep Men. Right? No, he's really just a rank 2 specialist, but I still want to give this guy his proper respects, because he does remind me of like a Triton type miniature here. Okay. So we'll go ahead and paint this in. And you'll see I'll blend this with like a little bit of a bluish color to give him his true like undersea form. Okay. And we also have Gar the Gladiator. So let's go ahead and start to work on Gar. We need the right blue for this. Like a cloud blue or runic gray, something like that. Not really seeing. Maybe if I go with this like heavily diluted cloudburst blue, that might work. I'm really going to have to dilute this quite a bit though to get it to be the color I want. In fact, what I should do, I am going to mix it in with a little bit of this runic gray. So the runic gray actually looks like the correct color. So I'll just do the opposite. We'll do a little bit of blue into that gray, and we'll thin that out till we have a nice shark-like blue-gray going on. Okay. And it looks like this is a little too light, so I'm gonna put a little bit more of that gray back in there. All right. And just so it's actually kind of nice. with the gray, right? It's allowing me to get a pretty nice looking shark color out of that, right? And this guy's wearing a lot of armor. I mean, I guess he should be because he is a shark gladiator. So I guess you got that. I'm just going to broadcast through the coughing, so I apologize for all the coughing, guys. Promise you it's not COVID. I'm just getting over a cold. So I still have a bit of congestion stuck in my chest that I'm trying to get rid of. Okay. There we go. And I can put some of that blue-gray down here, right? Onto this side of things. This guy's gills are all the way down past his legs. That's a little on the creepy side. Okay, there we go. Okay. All right, so there's that. And now we're going to go back to Ilva here, who's mostly dry. And we're going to block out the bottom part of her, of like the jellyfish side of her, with a little bit of this plasmatic bolt. And we will thin this as well. Okay. So normally these are good at full strength, but with me just using them for blocking, I'm okay with them being a little less saturated, we'll say, right? As you can see right there, it's actually hitting, that is the color I tend to aim serve it in. My little jellyfish guys, I like to have them that color. And yeah, that is the exact color I like to run them at. So we'll do that, right? Just make sure I get all the jellyfish parts, right? So you can kind of see the jellyfish parts there, that part there. I need to soak up with the damp brush. It's got a little too much of that pink bleeding into it. There we go. Okay. Likewise, I can thin that blue a little bit and use it to kind of shade that green that was already there. And you can see now it's making a really nice kind of an aqua green color on his skin. And that's actually kind of nice. Right? Don't worry, we'll go in and paint that armor the proper color. But as you can see, the combination of those two speed paints are actually combining to make a really nice, like, ocean green. Okay. So if you're just joining us, welcome to Play It Painted Live. Let us know what you're painting and what you should be painting. Tonight we're painting up some Hadross for Wrath of Kings, and these are actually the final 3 minis from my Hadross collection. So we'll move on to some non-Wrath of Kings projects for a little bit after this, and then we may even go back and paint up a couple of Technus stuff for Wrath of Kings, all in preparation of our World Championship in July, right? So if you're not aware, we are hosting a Wrath of Kings World Championship here in Southern California, July 10th. That is a Sunday, unfortunately, but hey, that's what we got from our venue, and we're rolling with that. Okay, so I also need to blend the tentacle part is going to be like a dark green, and we're going to blend that into the purple color. Okay? So this is going to be a little bit wild. I think what I need to do is, because on the deep men, their tentacles are this purple color right here. Right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paint the tentacles on the bottom this purple color. Okay? Right? So it's like that. Okay, and I'm going to come about most of the way up on it. All right. So you're going to see what I'm going to do here. Okay. All right. So that's most of the way up. Then I'm going to take a different green altogether. Okay. This is an absolution green, which is a much darker green, but it matches the deep. It matches my deep men a little bit better. And we're gonna blend those two colors into each other, right? This is almost like a poor man's wet blending that we're gonna do here. So, right? So I'm just gonna go in with that green, like that, okay? And I'm gonna let it kind of do its thing. We'll just go over that whole area so that we can go back and fix it later. But you can kind of see where this is going, right? He's got to match the other deep men. And they go from like a really, really, almost like a black to that purplish on their on their tentacles. So I'm gonna go like that, right? Really kind of just wet blend the purple into the green like that. There we go. That's looking pretty good. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I'm not gonna complain about that. Also, while I'm here, we're gonna get his hair kind of this grayish color, right? Like so. Right, so now he has like a grayish beard there. Hey Shadowcat, how's it going? I have a project to talk to you about that I think you might think is cool. That I'm going to be starting not in the not so distant future. Okay, we also need my favorite like bone color, pallid bone. Yeah, I'm going to talk more Wrath of Kings tonight, but I wanted to let you know that something you did a long time ago has inspired me. Okay. Hold on a sec. I got a kid complaining to me. Hold on. Is the cat bugging you? Come on, kitty. All right, go on. Go on. Is he in your bed? Yes. Let's see. Yeah. Come on, kitty. Yeah, cat. get my buddy. Oh. Okay. All right. Good night, Joe. All right. Okay. Hope you're still with me. All right. So, anyways, so a while ago, maybe I want to say almost like 3 years ago, um, you sent me a mini to paint, and it was super fun. It was a Raging Heroes nun miniature. Sorry, so the cat, my son. I have one son who loves sleeping with the cat, and my youngest does not like sleeping with the cat, so it's a little bit different. All right, I'm gonna fade that out a little bit, but I just want a little bit of a tan color there, right? Just a little bit to let you know that's the ventral side of the shark body. Okay, so anyway, so you sent me this Raging Heroes mini, right? And ever since then, I've been kind of like looking at Raging Heroes every now and then. Like I follow them online and that sort of thing. And I was talking with a friend of mine the other day who, uh, used to play Malifaux with me back in the day, and he's been playing some Age of Sigmar recently, and he really likes Age of Sigmar. And I don't really have an opinion on Age of Sigmar, but I always missed. I remember building a High Elf War Host for Warhammer Fantasy, and I played Warhammer Fantasy back in like 5th or 6th edition Fantasy, and for the most part I enjoyed it. Right, it was a pretty fun game, all things considered. But anyway, I'd since grown bored of the GW aesthetic, as you know. I don't find the miniatures to be very compelling or interesting for me to paint. I'm not interested in how their design approaches to things anymore. I think their games are terrible, but you guys know that. I'm not here to bash GW. It's just they're just not for me. It's just not my gig anymore. But as my friend and I were talking about, he really getting into Age of Sigmar and that sort of thing. I kind of got the nostalgia bug about, hey, a nice high elf host would be super fun to paint, right? Because they're really intricate. The parts are really intricate. You get to use really light colors like blues and whites and yellows and that sort of thing. And when you if you can successfully pull it off, there is nothing quite like looking at a shining host on the board. One of the nicest looking armies, in my opinion, is probably the only reason to ever consider anything like that, right? Now here's the catch. So I went through, I looked at Age of Sigmar, they call them the Lumineth High Realm Lords now. Okay, that's kind of dumb. Whatever, I got caught up on the lore. Not really that into the lore. And when I looked at the miniatures, they look like GW things, but GW stuff has that really ugliness about it. Their faces are ugly. They all look the same. First of all the faces look the same to me in GW stuff. Everything looks faceless and nameless, even when it's on a special character. The special character doesn't really have much character to it. It's just like the same face. They just twisted it into a slightly different expression. And you know how I feel about the whole thing. Most of the armies are like a massive sausage fest. It's super boring. Even when they do like female miniatures, they don't look all, I don't know, they don't have like that wile that I like, that character that I like. Unless you're talking about Raging Heroes, right? Raging Heroes does a great job of sort of keeping that character in the sculpts and really giving you something I think that you can get really excited about. So the idea is this, that I would slowly build a high elf, not Lumineth Realm Lords. I'm going to build a high elf army. Sorry. From the Raging Heroes. The Raging Heroes set of high elves. So I bought a bunch of that stuff, and I'm going to build a host out of it. And it's going to be, for now, 100% Raging Hero stuff. And I'm really excited about the project. I'll be honest with you, after having done some research on Age of Sigmar, I'm still very not interested in that game. It does not sound like a good time to me. It sounds like a lot of rules bloat and intricacy designed to catch other players off guard. It doesn't give you a smooth tactical experience, unlike Wrath of Kings, which gives you an excellent tactical experience, one of the best I've ever played. But still, I'm still gonna give it a shot. That's really my plan. So, one of my future projects is to paint a Raging Heroes Warhost, and I hope you guys can join me on my journey on some of that. And as I get reacquainted with some Games Workshop rules and that sort of stuff. Yeah, like I said, not terribly interested in the gaming side of it. It sounds like a ripoff. You have to buy a $50 codex. You have to buy a war manual. They change season to season, and yeah, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Hold on one sec. Hey, what's up, man? So that's a future project. Oh, no, don't worry about it. I'm still I'm still gonna be doing the thing. I'm still jumping into the project. Um, uh, yeah. So Shadowcat here, she sent me a Raging Heroes miniature of some years ago, and I painted one on stream, and then I realized, oh, now see, that's kind of an aesthetic I can get behind, and so that's part of the reason why, like, yeah, I kind of got the like nostalgia bug. I want to paint a Shining Host. I think it would look cool. And I wouldn't have never considered it had I not painted that original miniature. So anyway, so what's up, Jake? Not much. Yeah. Are you going to be doing any painting or anything like that? Nice. Okay. Yeah. Is it the grot thing? Oh, that's cool. You know what is a cool set is the snotlings that are like they're all riding they're all riding squigs and like mushrooms and stuff, and they all look like they're high. That's a hilarious set. Oh, hey, what's up, Nelson? Oh, that's cool. Nice. All right, so let's continue to kind of. One thing is I'm trying to figure out where all the little tentacles are on this thing, because there's a lot. Sometimes it just looks like a snot dribble, but it's a tentacle. But we're also here to talk about my first experience playing some Hadross today, uh, which was super dope. Um, and I kind of had an idea of how they would play a little bit in my mind as I was doing a little bit of research on them, but I just didn't. For whatever reason, the rules on the jellyfish did not stand out to me at the time. I was like, I'm not really sure why you take these guys. Like I was like, yeah, I get it. They're higher resilience and they get 2 attacks and that kind of thing. And a lot of rank 2 infantry um, are kind of statted out that way. Yes, Chris, I actually am going to attempt some AOS at some point. It's going to take me a little bit to build to that point, but I've got to get Bing to print some stuff for me. So he's going to work on that. And hold on one second. Okay. I'm going to get him stuff for to print, but I even for that I still have plenty of stuff to kind of build and paint, and I'm also trying to figure out what my actual paint scheme will be. And every time I try to stray from what's locked in my brain, I get pushed back to it. So it's not like I thought I was going to go for something like really bold and wild for a paint scheme, but every time I try to leave my original idea for a paint scheme, it's like, nah, that's not going to look good. So I don't know. So my original idea is just um, to stick with like the standard like bone white armor and like midnight blue cloth, like super boring. Like okay, but you gotta admit that looks amazing when you put it all together. Yeah, Shadowcat. I had a oh sorry. Yeah, and that was my original scheme. I ran a um, back in like sixth edition fantasy. I ran like a Calidor themed army, so it was dark blue and then like bright white armor, and that contrast was really nice. My other thought was to go with like a not quite a teal, but like an aqua blue armor that like highlights up to a white, um, and then like a darker cloaks, like dark gray or dark blue cloaks too. So overall, that would be darker, and then use like burning orange for like the runes. So that was a thought too. I'm like that. Yeah, I'm like that looks kind of cool. Then I had another wilder thought. I was like, well, what if I just went like almost like full samurai looking army, and use like the Simhan color, so red, black, and white. That's also a really cool um, color scheme. It's a bit more of a pain to paint, but that would be cool too. So I don't know. Still kind of working that out. And in the meantime, I've got yeah. So Shadowcat asks if I'm not feeling well. It's actually worse in the evenings, especially when I'm trying to talk. It's I'm it. I feel fine. I don't have any temperature or anything like that. I just have congestion that's like still stuck in my chest for like over a week. It's been I I haven't had a fever since like 2 Thursdays ago, but I still have this congestion that won't leave me alone now. It's just decided to be part of my life. Um, so I don't really know what that is, but it's fine. It sounds a lot worse than it is. Most of the time during the day, it's not like that, but like at night, I'll cough a lot more, and then you fall asleep, and then next morning you're fine, and then it starts up again. So, so yeah. Anyway, let me get to. Let's start highlighting this, and we can talk a little bit about Hadross. Like I said, had our opening run with the Hadross army today. And we played a full battle, which was cool because I also wanted to see like how much longer is a battle gonna take versus the skirmishes that we normally play, and our skirmishes usually are pretty quick. They usually run about 90 minutes or so. Um, the battle that Bing and I played took about 2 hours, maybe a little bit over, but we were both brand new. He hadn't played a game of Wrath of Kings in I don't know if he's ever like actually played like a full game of Wrath of Kings. He may not have. But there is a lot of like stopping to look up things and figure out what our interactions are and that kind of thing. So even with that, it still took about 2 hours, which was great. Um, and Bing played, yeah, right. I mean, we were running our opening morale was like I started with 15 morale and he started with 14. And for skirmish, it's usually like 10 to 11. So it's not all that bad. And it's actually on a full size board spread out. You have a lot more opportunities to kind of outmaneuver the guy and score. Right? It's not a full on. It doesn't have to be a head on collision. In fact, we kind of fought our battle on two fronts. where he was largely winning one flank and I was winning the other flank. And it just came down. It was actually a pretty good game. It came down to just a couple of rolls at the end. And he won -2 to 0. So very close game. And in fact, I pointed out like there was a willpower check that I was supposed to that I by all odds should have made because I got a reroll on it, and that would have reduced his morale by 2. And I pointed out like, hey, if I just made that average roll or better than average roll, we would have had a tie game. So super fun. Hadross is like just prepare for your first turn kind of being a little frustrating because of how far back you set up and being on the slow side, right? But in all fairness, there's not a lot of armies that can achieve much on the first turn anyways. It's kind of like War Machine, where like that first turn is more setup, that kind of thing. Just Hadross is they just sit back further. It's a little harder to get them into the fight. But I did have 2 crab taxis, and that also helped out. No, not really, because the Hadross motivations don't really require you to go that deep into the enemy's deployment zone. And you can I picked a motivation called Unstoppable Force, which is something I've never played before. And essentially, all you're trying to do is get your leaders into the other guy's deployment zone and take a will check, and that reduces his morale. But also, if they attack your leader and your leader lives, they can take a morale check at that point and reduce the opponent by 2 VP as well. And that's kind of that's like a super cool motivation for an army that's hard to kill, right? So you're basically saying, I'm going to park my guys in your deployment zone. You have to try to stop me. And as they're trying to stop you, if they fail to kill you the first time you attack them, you can still score off that as well. And a lot of their other stuff too is out. A lot of their other motivations too is out in No Man's Land anyway. And kind of the way Hadross works, anyways, is you're supposed to attack. The first wave should really be your deep men. If you're running deep men, you don't. I kind of came to the conclusion too that you may not even need to run deep men if you have a clean enough way to get up the board with the jellyfish and the shark guys. But deep men are pretty cool at at just kind of being so annoying that people won't attack them. So you can kind of walk around with deep men, and most of the time your opponent's gonna go, man, it's a waste of time unless they're guarding something that you're trying to get to. But the deep men's best maneuver is to sprint. I almost never wanted to attack with them. I'd rather just run up on stuff, try to drop resonate, and then just force the opponent to find me irritating enough to kill. So, and then once the resonate is out, oh god, man, sorry. There we go. It's hard to talk when once the resonate is out, though, that's where your jellyfish really start to come into their own, and it starts. Your opponent will suddenly find that the jellyfish are really strong, and maybe by that time, if the deep men have distracted them long enough, they may not be able to bring enough over to deal with your jellyfish, which is kind of the hope there. So yeah. Okay. Sure. So this is a battle size list, right? I ended up taking a total of 12 deep men and 9 of the jellyfish, right? Drink some water. Thank you, guys. Because that's the max jellyfish I had. I would have loved to have just taken 9 deep men and like 10 or 12 jellyfish if I could. Then I went with 3 of the gutter friars, one of which was the leader for this particular game, and I'll explain why in a second. Why I chose the gutter friar as the leader. 2 Caxus, so 1 for each of the 6 deep men, and that was my leader corps. Then, so it's all rank 1 leaders because that's all I have access to at the moment. Then you also have, then I took a total of, 6 specialists, 6 rank 1 specialists. So I took 2 deep men, 2 of the crab taxis, and 2 shell crackers. Okay, and of those specialists, the most useful by far were the crab taxis. And shell crackers were pretty good, but against Goritsi, they're not. They're kind of overkill because Goritsi doesn't have a lot of like 2 resilience units. So shell crackers weren't that great, but the crab taxis were amazing in this game. Right? So yeah. But if I had the models, what I would have done is I probably would have replaced both deep men with either her. I really like her because she's a little bit more useful. This guy is pretty awesome too, but she's a little more versatile than this guy is. But I would have taken either one of these 2 and just traded both deep men for that, and then maybe traded one of the shell crackers for a 3rd crab taxi. Because then your 3 crab taxis you're dropping off like all 9 of your jellyfish, which is pretty awesome. But in the first turn, I was using them to place. I used the crab taxis to get the deep men out in front of the jellyfish because the jellyfish deploy ahead of the deep men. So what I do is I activate the deep men early, and they just run. They sprint into position with the crab taxi, so that the next turn the crab taxi can drop them off. But anyways, and just for your reference, like Bing was running pretty much all wolves. He had the rank 2. He had the rank 2 wolf leader. He had 1 dancing master for Zeddy, and he had, I want to say, like 6 or 8 Zeddy dance masters, and then the rest of the points went into wolves. So it was like, I want to say 2 units of, well, there's no such thing as units, but it's like, I want to say he had around 6 Scorza skirmishers, and then he had the knights, which were pretty awesome too. He had a unit of like 6 knights. So, yeah, so he was going like heavy wolf, which was cool. So he was able to get around the board super. Oh, and he also had the what's it called? Not the Ravener Alpha. He had the wolf that infiltrates, and the one with the wings that can like carry your leader off. That guy's awesome. He had that, and his motivation was disrupt supply lines. So he had objectives on each one of my deployment zones, and in a battle, you get to place 5. Sorry. Jeez. Then you get to place 5, meaning you have to place 1 on each deployment zone, and then you get to place the 5th one on any of the deployment zones. So he placed 2 on D, and started the game with 2 models each on basically on top of those 2. So he took like 4 morale off the table super quick, and like jumped off to a really huge, like really fast start. But I managed to throw the deep men at him super fast, and even though he was trying not to engage them at all if he could help it, but even then, like, you have 12 of those on the table, they're gonna get to something. And then also, when your jellyfish do come in, they like cause a ripple effect with the resonate. So if they hit one guy successfully with resonate, everybody within 2 inches of that guy will take resonate. So so it started to pile on pretty quick. Um, and what's so cool about the jellyfish is when they're attacking a model with resonate, there's like 2 things they can do. If they just do a basic attack, they get 2 dice and they get offensive mastery if the target has resonate. So they can re-roll one of the 2 dice. The other thing they can do is, and oh, I should back up. So against Goritzi, I took the Gutter Friar as the main leader. And the reason why is he gives you the ability to reroll will checks, which is super huge because Goritzi, they do try to force will checks to like move you around the board. They can do backlash and that kind of stuff, which forces will checks. And the jellyfish have this like super cool ability that if they are if they engage with an enemy, they can do a will check. And again, you can re-roll this because this is your training. You can then place the model. You can place your model anywhere within 2, and then take that other model that you were engaged with, or any of the models you're engaged with, and you can place them back in contact with you. So you can reposition the other guys. And if they have resonate, you can then attack them for free. So, so thinking about like a 40 mil base on the leader or 30 mil, right? A 2-inch place is actually pretty significant. So you can move guys out of the way to get to that guy's leader, and just like snipe the leader from the middle of like from the middle of infantry with offensive expertise, right? And the nice part is you don't spend, yeah, and you don't spend the resonate at all. It stays on them. So you can actually use the resonate later on to do other stuff. What's really cool is like towards the end of the game, I was trying to snipe his leaders. So I would use one jellyfish to do the reposition, put him in contact with another jellyfish, do my attacks, put him in contact with another jellyfish that would keep, and I'd keep attacking him and throwing him down the line until somebody killed him. Um, so, so yeah, it's pretty nasty. You didn't, and I barely had to do that. There was only, at the end of the game, he only had 1 leader left because I just needed to score quick points. And I managed to get like 3 of my leaders into his deployment zone. So I did pretty well there, but the problem is I just couldn't, his guys were so fast, I couldn't stop his like objective scoring with the disrupt supply line. That was the hard part. Like I couldn't stop him in time. He's able to get back there too quick. But overall, I feel like Hadross can do some pretty nasty stuff. Like if I studied up a little bit more on them, I probably could have done like some cooler tricks or whatever. But yeah, yeah, it's all basic stuff. Yeah, and you're getting Shark Boys, right? Are those rank 2 infantry or are they rank 1 infantry? Matt. Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. Hold on. I can check real quick. Let's see. Yeah, I want to see what those do anyway. Hadross. They are. Oh, those are rank 2. The pit fighters. Yeah. So, and their deployment zone C. No, B. That's not terrible. 6 move, 5 will, 2 wounds on 1 resilience. They're hit on 7s. They have a 2-die melee attack. If this kills a resonated enemy, the model may remove 1 damage. Oh, that's nice. And critical blow 1. Okay. If this model is damaged but not killed, all enemies within 2 inches gain resonate. That's nice. If this model generates a crit and kills an enemy, it may immediately move up to 2 inches and perform one of its melee attacks. If triggered during a combined attack, only 1 model may trigger. Okay, but that's fine. And you have counterattacks on your parries. That's pretty nice. Pit boss is 3 wounds. He's got higher willpower. He also has counterattack. He has precision on his melee attack. And then he can give precision to the pit fighter guys. The training is... I don't know. The jellies are so damn good. When attacking the enemies with a larger size, this model's melee attack gains critical blow. That's not very good training, so I don't think you would use a pit boss as your main leader. That's not worth doing. Is there another... Is that the only Carcarian unit? Oh, that's kind of a bummer. Be nice if they had 2 Carcarian units, so you could, like, a rank 1 Carcarian unit. Oh wait, no, they do. They do. Yeah, the frenzy. Yeah. Oh, and these are rank 1 infantry with still 2 wounds. The same stat line as the other ones, but they don't. Yeah. Oh, it's cool. Oh my God, they get pain fueled? The rank 1 guys to me seem like a way better deal than the rank 2 guys. The rank 2 guys get counterattack, but so what? It's like the same health. They have the same way to spread resonate. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. No, if you can find a set though with these guys and they're rank 1, oh my God. Oh wait. No wait, they're all rank 2. They're all rank 2 infantry. Okay. Okay. Gotcha. I was gonna say, man, that's like the best rank 1 infantry I ever seen. If they get all of that. Their boss is better, though. Yeah, the boss has a way better training, though. If this model is damaged but not killed by an enemy attack, it may expend Resonate to do a 1-die melee attack. It's still probably not good enough to be your boss. I just think with the way Resonate works off of will checks on your deep men, it's still better to have a Friar in charge. Or Gar, because his training is this model may expend Resonate when targeting enemy leaders or specialists to gain offensive expertise +1. That's kind of hot fire right there. Right? If your motivation is around killing enemy leaders and specialists, which I think Hadross can do. Let me see. Sorry, I stopped painting to look up rules. This is what happens. They have because Hadross you could take Sever the Head. That's kind of dope. So if you go with Sharkman's as the leader, as you go with this guy as your leader, and you do the jellyfish assassination runs like I was saying, that's pretty dope. Dang. That's worth trying. I don't know. I don't think you sacrifice jellyfish, though. They're just so damn good. I don't see a reason to drop them. I mean, maybe go all the way down to like... Yeah. Easily. Yes. Hey, what's up, Sean? Yeah, dude. Jellyfish are dope. That's all. That was my main takeaway for the game today. I was not expecting them to be that good. But now you're like, oh my god, those are good. I was worried too, though. Yeah. All the walk. Dang. Dang. I'm actually pretty excited for to see Kevin play Technus too, because they've got all kinds of wonky trash they can do on you as well. So you're torturing. Yeah, especially the way. Yeah, I really like how all the interactions work in the game, because it's all all that stuff is resolved on a 1-die system, which is sounds crazy, but it's so smooth when it happens. Um, the one thing I would say, if you're running the jellyfish army, the crab taxis, I think they're just so damn good. I think they're better than. I mean, you probably want to have a shell cracker in there in case somebody's got like a crazy resilience 2 or something like that creature, because you don't have good answers for it. Outside of like a Deepman collar, but I still think the crab taxi is like just so useful most of the time. Like the early part of the game, you're going to be dropping off the deep men and stuff to just start handing out resonate. And then once resonate's on the board, that thing gets like +2 move if it's moving towards a model that has resonate, and then it gets +2 dice when attacking um, a model that has resonate. And what's crazy about that is the fact that the crab taxi has 2 attack dice to begin with and a 50 mil base. So it's pretty likely that you can attack 2 models that each have resonate. Allocate 1 dice to each model, and then because they have resonate, you get to generate 2 more dice per model. So you're throwing 6 dice on 2 models with the crab taxi, um, which is pretty dope. Yeah, I just I do feel a little bit of regret though, like you were saying that like I wish we had access to some of the other stuff, but I don't know. I can't honestly say whether or not that makes the army better or worse. Yeah, I think that's the beauty of playing a dead game is that people are just so happy that you're playing the game anyway that they're not gonna care. They're like, whatever, dude. This is the only game of Wrath of Kings I'll have in the next 5 years. So, yeah, yes, nice. Yeah, I think it'll be for sure be a good time. Yeah, I was talking to uh, what's her name? I was talking to Lex today about that because we were just looking at stuff in the store, and I'm like, you know what? It's like I'm like that guy that like loved all these garage bands from like 20 years ago, and they all retired and don't play anymore. And I'm like trying to force myself because I I want to try to like really enjoy some more current games. But if I'm being honest with you, it's just not the same. They don't spark me the same way, if that makes sense. Like MCP, yeah, I like playing MCP. It is what it is. You can enjoy playing it and that kind of thing. But it just don't, I don't know. MCP just still, as fun as that is, doesn't spark me the way like this game does. Probably Dark Age, um, even Relic Knights. Like those games, I'm still like, oh man, got so much mad love for those games. And the current games are just sort of right now. They're just sort of, I'm gonna play them, but so I was trying to explain that to her. Like I I like these dead games, and it's like, you loved your garage bands, and now you're trying your best to just listen to the radio. That's that's kind of where I'm at with the games, and yeah, it's like yeah, they're just it's like an Yeah. We had, yeah, that is true. That's kind of a, I think that is kind of like a rare luxury we have in our group, is we have guys that are like tied into so many different games and whatever that everybody's pretty open minded. Like, yeah, we'll try anything, right? Yeah, yeah, it's good to get it back out today too. We had a, like I said, we played a game earlier today, and Jason picked up a bunch of Shale Han today. So so yeah, it is. I guess I sometimes I overlook that, like that kind of the kind of rare quality of our gaming group. That, because a lot, like you're saying, a lot of other guys would be like, oh, it's a dead game. I really don't want to, and I don't blame them. I don't blame anybody that's like, you know what, they don't support it anymore. It's going to be a pain in the ass for me to find stuff. It's not like I can just run into a shop and play a pickup game of it. So I don't blame anybody that's kind of down on that, especially that doesn't have access to like the kind of gaming group we do. Like, that's going to be super hard if you're out in the middle of nowhere and the only thing in your store is 40K, right? Um, so so like I don't want to undervalue um, our ability to kind of just jump into stuff like that. I'm like, oh yeah, let's play that. Uh, but yeah, Dark Age I think is a game that we could get into. Uh, so we'll I'll let you handle that front, and we'll try it out. But there's already, as you know, there's already like a faction, like, oh, I want to play that faction. There's already like stuff that I'm interested in. Right. Yeah, looking forward to playing that. Chris is saying I got into work. Well, there's the thing. I don't consider myself in on Warcaster. There was just Bing had a starter, and I was like, those look cool enough to paint. So so I'll paint that, and then we'll see if we like it. If we don't like it, let's say worst case scenario, I don't like that. I don't like Warcaster. Well, I have a painted starter set. I can just like put it on eBay, or I could just sell it to somebody local. Like, it's not difficult for a model count size that big. It's not. It wouldn't be difficult for me to move that if I really didn't like it. Plus, it's still a supported game, so it's still around. But it literally is kind of that easy to get me to try something. If there are enough minis that I want to paint it, that I'll just try it. Yeah, it's Rivenstone. They do. Yeah. Yeah, plus yeah. It, and you kind of I think there's some games that kind of start off feeling like there's not much there, and then as they start to expand, maybe we'll start to see a little bit more like differentiation in the factions, and then you might actually get drawn to one at that point. Yeah, yeah, that's fine. That's I honestly a lot of generic sci-fi I don't like the look of. Um, the armor really has to look cool for me, or it's got to be like post-apocalyptic. That's always nice sci-fi. A nice easy way to get me into a sci-fi game is if there's a cool post-apocalyptic looking stuff, um, or anime, right? Yeah, Dark Age. Um, there's like secret. There are certain things that like I look at for a game that could get me into a game really quickly, right? If there's cool neoprene mats for that game, then there's a good chance I'll want to play it. Or uh, if it's like supported by Longshanks, which is my favorite tournament system that I used to run all my Guild Ball stuff on, like I'll give that a shot just because it's on Longshanks. I'm like, okay, so if I ever wanted to, for example, um, what was the game I was looking at? It was on Longshanks. Uh, I I want to say Middle Earth or something like that, right? So if I ever felt like playing Middle Earth, and let's say there were enough people around me, I could be like, "Hey, Middle Earth tournament Sunday," and just do it on Longshanks and not have to think, and you could just order pizza, and that's your job, right? Like that's yeah. Like Longshanks is a tournament app that is like I'm just used to running for forever and ever, and it's really easy, and I can do it with my brain shut off. So, um, so I'm much more likely to play a game if it's supported by Longshanks. Um, yeah, but I don't. I'm still. I don't know. I'll just put that on the way back burner. Right? There's no immediate interest in doing anything like that. I painted some of that line, and it's pretty cool. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that thing looks pretty cool. Yeah, that is true. I'll read their hate back to you. Yeah, I'll just read all the hate comments back. Uh-oh. Are you talking? Okay. Okay. I don't know. I know Nelson and Chris play that. Uh, and I was like, you know, if I ever, I would probably run like the hair conditioner elves, right? I'd probably run that because that's funny to me. Um, but I don't know. There's just right now it's fine. There's too many games out. But I am kind of, I am still kind of looking for like what is like a modern supported game that isn't going to go anywhere that I can really um, sink my teeth into and enjoy. And I don't think I've landed anywhere yet. So, but that's fine. It'll be a fun journey. I'll try a bunch of stuff. Um, I'll try to keep an open mind. Except no, I will not be playing 40K. That is probably the only thing I'm gonna say. I can pretty much play anything, and it's not. It's mainly because I've painted so much 40K over the years. Is just like from an aesthetic standpoint, I don't ever see myself really getting interested in painting any of that stuff anymore. Um, right? Because I'm sure Kill Team is fun and whatever. I actually there was a Kill Team event during the last paint day, and that seemed okay. But I if I'm gonna be painting stuff like that, I don't know. It's I've just did it for so many years. I'm not really interested in going back there. On the other hand, if you're talking about like a high elf host that's made by you know Raging Heroes, which like I said, I painted some of that before, really enjoyed it. Like okay, I could do that. I could be game for that. Thrond, yeah. Yeah, see, all that sounds good. I want to play something quick, and if it's cool looking on the board, then I'm down with that. So yeah, I'll keep an open mind, and I think the the worst case scenario is I'll build a really cool host, and I'll be super happy about that. The game will just be sort of for me, but even in that case, I'll like my army. Hopefully, I'll like the look of my army so much that I will still want to crack it out now and then and play. Right? I think that's a lowball expectation that I have, and that's still a pretty good outcome as far as I'm concerned. You could do that too. That's true. You could play like Kings of War, right? All the Kings of War guys would go nuts. The there's a Kings of War group out of Comic Quest that they play Kings of War, and we thought it was like a joke because it was an event from like 2 years ago. We're like, what does the calendar say? Oh, it says Kings of War. What the hell's? No one plays that. And then like I want to say like 4 to 5 guys showed up for that, and it was like the greatest day of the year for them. They're like, yeah, it's Kings of War day. And I'm like, that's pretty damn cool. They're gonna play their Kings of War and enjoy that. That's dope. Nice. Did you dude, that Eastern Army for Raging Heroes, like that. Oh my god. I am definitely putting together something. I don't care what game it is we end up playing for that, or even if we never play a game, I definitely have to put together some samurai dudes. That is like the dopest looking army I think I've seen in a long time. Yeah, Bushido, right? But I think Bushido is like isn't Bushido like character based though? You need like specific characters for that. I don't know. That's cool. I was trying to get there's a yeah. I was trying to get like the Silver Moon faction for that game because one of my buddies who watches this show, Michael, uh, he plays Bushido. He lives up north, and he's been trying to get me into Bushido. And I'm like, dude, help me find the Silver Moon faction minis, and I'm in. And he's been like looking for them. Yeah, because that's the oh shoot. Who's the company that makes Bushido? I think it's a UK company actually, or maybe a UK company makes the rules and a Spanish company. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it. It's not Warlord Games. They make what's it called? Something of Honor, which is the other samurai game. Sean, I thought you bought Bushido, didn't you? GCT Studios. Yeah, that's the name. GCT Studios, and they used to have they actually had a bunch of Bushido down at Ease. Um, and I nearly bought some, but again, they just don't have. I'm looking for the damn Silver Moon. Where is it? Look, they have a bunch of clans now. The Silver Moon Syndicate is pretty dope. Here, uh, that's what I'm looking for. The damn. They're on sale. Damn it! Don't do this. Don't do it. Oh, it's on sale. Look at all this stuff on sale. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's so dope. I got time. I got time. Oh, Bushido. And you want to know the kicker? You want to know the kicker? If I go to the Longshanks, I'm pretty sure this is a supported system on Longshanks. And it's 2 foot by 2 foot boards. What? Select a game system. Yes, Bushido supported on Longshanks. What? It has ticks all the boxes. Damn you. I've been looking I've been wait I've been waiting for this Silver Moon faction. Like I could not for the longest time they were out of stock. I remember even talking to Yu Yao about this like 5 years ago. He's like, dude, you want to play Bushido? I'm like, yes, I do, but they never have Silver Moon faction, which is what I really want to play. Damn. What? Oh my god. Damn it. Yeah, you haven't met my buddy Michael, have you? He he lives up north. He started traveling down south here to play Guild Ball when I was doing regular Guild Ball tournaments, and I saved his life once, uh, like literally, and then we just been yeah, and he's been like my pal ever since then. Because the first time he came down here, he thought it would be okay to stay in a hostel in LA. He's like, it's fine, I'll just stay in a hostel in LA. I'm like, that's not a good idea at all. And I took him down to the hostel. Uh, like he's like, yeah, just can you give me a ride down there? So I took him down there to the hostel, and we go in there, and it's like it was like a full blown crack den. It was not okay, like staying in there. And yeah, when we pulled up there, like it was like super dark. I was like, this is already a bad sign. He said, yeah, the hostel's at the back of this house, so we go like around this house. We're in LA. We're down like on not we're next to Koreatown. We're on like the shitty eastern side of that, and uh, and we go into the dark. We're walking in the dark, but you could feel there were people in the dark. It's the creepy. You know what I'm talking about. Like if you're walking down this little corridor and it's only like 6 feet across, right? And you can feel like people in the pitch black dark, high on whatever the hell they're high on, and they're all in dark. I'm like, this is fucking not a good idea, right? So we get up there, and they're like, you can sleep on this bunk, and there's like a guy like passed out on the couch, and there's like another lady passed out on the floor, and he's like, yeah, and I'm like, I'm in chat with some of the guys in our guild ball group. I'm like, what the shit is actually going on here? And they're like, Octave, go home, you got kids, like you gotta live. And so sorry. uh so then he says, oh, I gotta get my stuff out of your car, Octave. And like we kind of look at each other like, okay, we're getting the fuck out of here. Like, this is not okay. So that's what happens. We're like, oh, we're going to get stuff out of the car. We just jumped in our car. We're like, and pulled out of there. And then I helped him find, yeah, that was not okay. And then the rest of the night, I kind of took him around. Yeah, it took him around to Koreatown and like and we finally got him a hotel, whatever. But yeah, ever since then, it was like, okay, well, this dude saved my life, so we're gonna we're just gonna be friends ever since then. Um, but yeah, he's been playing some Bushido. He's been trying to get me into Bushido. I'm like, yeah, that's another one that I think I could totally play that. Um, but yeah, you might have been thinking of Test of Honor or whatever, which is by Warlord Studios. Yeah, I think that is the game. No, because Test of Honor is more historical. It probably is that game. And it does have like squad. You can take like squads of like Bushi warriors or ninjas. Um, that game also looks pretty cool. Yeah, and one of my favorite YouTube channels, the Pinoy Wargamer, he plays it in the Philippines, and I'm like, damn. The last time I went to the Philippines, like like 2018, I went to the Philippines, I was like messaging the Pinoy Wargamer. I'm like, hey dude, are you gonna be around this day? Like I wanted to meet him to play a game with him, and he had I think he may have died in a flood, like the summer before I showed up. Not even kidding, because he like left one last communication, like, oh, I think the flood's coming this way, the typhoon or whatever, and then he just never. Yeah, He never replied to me ever again. And I was like, oh my god, don't tell me the Pinoy Wargamer is dead. So I went to the place where he games, like, because he had videos, like, and he would say, this is my gaming shop. I went to that gaming shop while I was in the Philippines last time I went there, specifically to look for him. And there was like a bunch of guys. They were just looking at magic cards or whatever in the back. And I was like, hey, you guys know the Pinoy Wargamer? And they just looked at me like I was, like I asked them like some insulting question. They didn't even want to talk to me. Like maybe they thought I was like insensitive because like he drowned or something. Like, whoa. Then this American asshole comes in here asking about our good friend. Dang. Yeah, or just be alive. Maybe he just ghosted me. Yeah, if I'm an asshole and you just don't want to hang out with me, that's cool. Like, I'll accept that. Just say you're alive. Yeah, true. Maybe he, like, had the opportunity to, like, work abroad or something. Ever since when he saved the orphanage during the flood, he decided he was just going to be in the Peace Corps. From now on, he's like gaming is like a waste of time. Yeah, he's like, how can I go back to this when there are orphanages to save? Dang. We just gave him the best ending ever. That's funny. It looks so good. Did you see the Silver Moon faction? The Silver Moon, the Silver Moon Syndicate? It's like all tatted up fat dudes and chicks with fans, which is the best faction. Yeah, man. I know it looks like there's new factions even. They added stuff. There used to be only like 6 factions the last time I was looking at this. There's a Tengu faction? It's all Tengu. What the what? Oh my god. We have to play this. Oh my god, this game is. Should we wait for the starter? What factions come in the 2-player starter? Probably Prefecture of Ryu, probably, and Ito is what I'm guessing, because those are like the popular. Yeah. Oh my god. Every faction. I don't know. Fat dudes and fangirls, though, so good. Still best faction. But Tengu faction is also really cool. There's Void Monks coming soon. What is the Young Pirates? Oh, and they have a shark guy. They have a hammerhead guy. Oh, hold on, the cat's bugging my son again. One sec. The cat bugging you again? Okay, you want me to get him? He's lonely. You don't want to sleep with the cat? You're welcome, son. All right. All right. Okay. A what? I I don't know. GCT Studios is kind of small, but Don usually, if I ask him to look into it, he'll look into it. There's crab pirate guys. What? Dude, this game is it. I know this is a good game. I was just like, but my main thing was like they never had a faction in stock. Yeah, it's true. They have a panda dude. Show that to Nelson. Here, I'm just gonna I'm just gonna do this, and people get mad. They get mad at me. I'm just gonna drop this right there. 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 That's all I'm doing. Just gonna drop that. I'm not even gonna say anything. And you just look at it. I just put there. You can also look at, man. I mean, starter plus the other minis I want. That's easy. We'll just call that $120. Is that the end of the world? Did I lose Silver Moon? What? What? Yeah. I mean, just like, let's call it a Kickstarter, right? You throw $120 at it. You don't like anything. Oh my God. It's still hard for me to not put that in the cart, though. Look at that faction, dude. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, Prefecture and Temple of Rokon are both out of stock. Good, because I didn't like those. And away. So that compared to, oops. I'm going to put in Silver Moon. Yeah, we're just like, we're not talking about Wrath of Kings anymore. We're like, yeah, we're just looking at this other game. But hey, I mean, she's almost done. Here. Here. How many viewers do we have live? That's fine. Let me just drop a little bit of blue into that. I wonder if they're, I mean, there's no way the original starter is out of, like, out of use or anything, right? It's been around for a while. I know it's been around. I mean, like I said, uh, um, at ease used to carry it. Sean, you painting Red Hood? Okay, so the second edition. So there's a second edition starter set. And there's Ayame. What is this? Oh my god. Let's just put stuff in the cart. Let's just see. How much does this cost? Okay, so see, yeah, they have some, so they have some sets that are first edition and some sets that are second edition. So if I put, it doesn't seem like there's that much in stock on Noble Knight. All right, let's do a little, nice. All right, yeah, I'm just gonna put together a theoretical. Subaki. Let's just do it. Let's just keep clicking that button until you just get animals. Uh, sorry, sorry. Oh, Marvel Hood. Oh, got it. Cool. Speaking of which, I still have to paint that resin um, Miles Morales I have. How much does this all come to? I'm like, let's just dream as big as we can dream. How much does this all come to? Right? Because this is probably like 30 games worth of guys. Let's put the two little kids in there like everybody. Everybody goes in the cart. What does this look like? Yeah, I'm just filling out the whole rest of it. Like really with no regard to what, as long as it says the right faction. Wait, did I? Okay. I think we just paid for GCT Studios rent. Okay. I want to just see what this math looks like. There's a billion guys. That's pretty deep, dude. What? Let's just see what this looks like. Just doing a little. What is it not letting me add anymore? It's like, calm down, buddy. Like the buy button stopped working. Yeah, probably. More than likely. I mean, I'm not going to hit buy tonight. I just want to look at it. Like, how much does this... Oof. Oh, I know this game is good. Like, reputable people that I trust tell me this is a good game. And, I mean, this is... I've been dying for, like, this style of, like, Japanese fantasy game. Okay, that's everything that I can see. Yeah, that's a lot. I'm not going in that deep. No way. Okay, well, that was an interesting. Yeah. Yeah, maybe do a little bit of research. Let me ask Michael about it. I'll ask. He's on the Discord. Uh, he can help me. Let's ask him. Right. How do you... Can't... We need to talk points. Yes. There we go. Okay. He will... he can tell me what to buy. I'm worried though, because he's like the nicest person on planet Earth, and if I tell him that, he might just like start sending me shit for free, and I feel bad. He'd be like, "Oh, don't worry about it. I sent you this stuff. Like, it's fine." Anyway, we'll see. Yeah, he has done that before, and I like feel bad because he's like I said, super good guy. Yeah, I saved his life that one time, but like, like I think he's more than repaid that though, in just like playing Guild Ball and stuff like that with me. But anyways. Oh yeah, see, Sean has the basic starter set for Bushido. All right, Sean, let me know. Yeah, let me know when you can break that out, dude. Like let's run through it. Dang. Yeah. Tell me. Yeah, somebody plays it, right? Who yeah, we gotta Sean, let me know what your next day off is. We gotta work that out. We gotta figure that out. Dude, I do have the like itch, like, oh, I should just hit buy. but I won't. That's so bad. No, I'm gonna get some recommendations. Yeah, it's true. And get some recommendations on what I should buy. Yeah. I mean, I was pretty sold on that faction a long time ago, so it's not as much a decision for me. Like, I'd just been waiting for that to come back, and I like told myself when that comes back, I'll play it. Um, but man, there is a whole Tengu faction. Like, what's to stop me from just getting two? You know, I buy two factions out the gate typically anyway. Ah, oh, damn it. Tengu faction? So I could get like the Yakuza guys and the Tengu guys. That's pretty dope. So Sean, you haven't played it. I'll get it in the store. Yeah. So Sean has a two-player starter, but he hasn't played it. Yeah, I'll mention it for sure. Have you, Sean? Do you have stuff built? Yeah, they do. So yeah, they do try to. They're super good about that. Like, oh, what are you playing? You know, is that something we can stock? So I could say, hey, I want to play Bushido. Is that something you can get a hold of? And it seems like that's a pretty deep line at this point. That game has been around for a while, and GCT Studios doesn't look like it's going away because it's like a smaller operation. Um, it probably wouldn't take much for Don to stock the whole thing. Yeah, yeah, because after a while you start taking it personally. Like, man, am I killing all these games? Like, what's going on? Is it me? Did I do that? Yeah, we've been able to put together like some pretty good communities out of games that we've been playing. So, well, that's good. Everything is built and painted. What? What? Sean, Sean, you're a whole damn man, dude. We gotta we gotta do this. Damn, he was just waiting for us to just say the word go, and he was ready, like a damn boss, dude. What the hell, Sean? He's like, I knew this day would come. Well, we still have to figure out. Like, I only want to go in, like I said, about 120 bucks. When I put everything in the cart, it was like close to $400. So I still need to figure out. No, I was looking at just Silvermoon with all the crazy stuff that they have. Right, but I want to know like what should I start with, or I could do it the regular Octave way and just buy a starter and then just a bunch of the minis I like the looks of. All right, let's do the math there. Let's see. Let's see what that looks like. What does that do? Sure. Damn, man. All right, so you're gonna see. Let me add. Let me add this. Yeah, it's just What I'm thinking is it's like it's gotten to like Malifaux levels where the game has gotten so deep that you have multiple options for everything. So let's do. I'm gonna do window capture. Here we go. Okay, and then let's blow this up. All right. So if I can't just edit from here, right? Is there a way to just empty cart? Because that's what I need to do. I need to empty this. Oh man. Okay. Well, actually, it's got the pictures, so I can do that, right? So, so we're gonna start eliminating stuff. Like these guys are just kind of regular looking dudes. They can go. I don't know. The guy with the tonfa is cool. These guys are boring looking. This guy is not all that interesting. She's cool. She has an umbrella. She gets to stay. She's cool too. Two little kids, sorry. Oh, this guy's just burning guy. He comes with burning anger. Ah, but we're gonna. Okay, I've got my limit on fat dudes. You gotta have the Buddha. You gotta have a Buddha. Dogs! Oh, Nelson. Sorry, Nelson. Okay, these guys aren't painted yet, so I don't even, like, I'm blind to you. Look at this, I even just put, like, do I need that? The deck? Special card deck? I'm gonna leave it on for now. I don't know what these are yet, so we'll get rid of those. Like, the team I'd love to get is the Fisherman Squad. With the snake guys and the... Okay, Satsuko gets... so all ladies with fans get to stay. Alright, then let's update. Let's start updating the cart. Minus the guys that we eliminated. Ooh, that's gonna get annoying. I can't just like mass remove. Alright, so that guy is so cool, but we'll remove him for now. That's a lot of freehand on the belly. I'd have to get really good at belly freehand for this faction. Oh, animals are cool. Can one? I'm gonna agree to keep one set of animals, and that Tonfa guy. This guy can go. This guy can go. I like it how it's like checking. Are you sure you won't go? Imagine there's some guy at GCT Studios who thought their whole month was gonna get paid, and then there's watching this cart shrink. Not our dreams. Okay, Mini Buddha stays. Because it's a damn Mini Buddha. Dogs. Okay, these silver guys go. We're going all the way back down. This guy here has... I don't even... Oh, why did I have two of them? How important was that guy? This guy. All right, I'm down to 180. That's not bad. We're getting there. We're getting there. If I remove, we're at 170. Okay, let's remove the dice. We're looking pretty good. Oh, we're getting so close. I need to get rid of 2 of these. Okay, female with fans. Other female with more fans. Do I need that many females with fans? I think I could skip the cheetah. Ah, yeah, let's skip that. Okay, what are we at now? We're so close. Okay, I have a feeling that I kind of want that female with fans. Wait, these are almost the same. Ayame and Satsuko. Satsuko's cheaper. I mean, she's Queen of Flowers, so she gets to stay. Okay, she's on a tiptoe, so that's if I have to remove somebody. You know what? I'm okay there. 141, I'm okay there. I just don't know if I need this deck. Do I need the deck? There's like a bundle. So I should remove the starter and the deck? Hold on. What? So, Tsubaki, there's Saki, Rose of Jima, Hanami, Raki, Male Buddha, Ayame, and Satsuko. Hold on. Uh-oh. Where did... What? I lost my thing. Hold on. Where is... I mean... Oh. What? Okay, so Bushido, right? So I can go Bushido. Where is that? Go here. Okay. I'm on Fantazation. Is this the wrong site? Right, but that might be cheaper, right? I don't know. The internet. Okay. Well, let me just... Let's put that in here. Okay. Let's go Bushido. What? I just want... Okay. Um, like blind. There it is. New player bundle. Okay, so this just comes with the faction starter, the dice, the card deck, the token set, which I feel like you kind of need that. And it comes with those two little things, the Jade Rose Gumi. Let's look at this. Okay, this looks kind of cool. Oh, wow. So, actually, if I did this, plus the new player starter, that's 130 euro, which is about $20 more expensive than this. But you get all your tokens, faction deck, and okay, so it's actually cheaper if I just do that. That's not bad. I might have to do that, and it's just ordering two things, right? I mean, how hard is it? You just go like that and you just added it to your cart, and then it's become a thing now, right? And then you just go back here, and then oh wait, oh yeah, and then you put this on. Well, it let me do that. You can't add this to your cart? No. Currently out of stock? How dare you? What? Ah, the pain. That is why we leave this trash open. But what you could do, the other thing you could do, is you could do, I don't know. It's probably a lie and they were just going to take all my money. Um, let's just, no, see, that does seem like it saves you. Well, let's do it. Let's add that. That's, what else do I need from there? Faction starter set, faction dice set. I'll skip the dice. Do I need the special? I probably need the special card deck, it seems like. How can it be out of stock when every single component of it is in stock? Is that right? Let's just, for fun, let's just add every bit of it, right? I'll even add the faction. Wait, what did I just add? Okay, special card and okay. All right, so let's add. So I added that. I skipped the dice. Let's add the token set. Oh, the tokens are out of stock. Who cares? Who cares? Is that literally the only thing that's not? That's why somebody else was like, I will buy all the token. That's it? Do I really need these guys? I feel like they wouldn't have added them if they must be like ciphers or something special. Okay, so just going in like that. Damn, it actually. What else am I missing then from the new player bundle? I'm missing the Kyokohan. Does that thing look cool? Oh, it's just these two. I don't need those two dudes. Nobody needs those two guys. Look at those guys. I mean, they're okay, but I don't feel like I don't. I don't want somebody coming back and like, oh, this is the most important guys in the faction. I feel like then your game is bad if those two guys are the most. Uh, so you can't get the. I don't think I need the dice, right? Yeah, you don't need. I think that's pretty good. I'm just wondering if I could do that without the regular starter. Could I have just gone in with just the rose themed warband? Because it does say it's a full warband, right? Okay, we're gonna experiment a little bit more. Because what I could do, right? Now I'm like really, now we're really deep into this exercise. Who comes in the faction starter set that I actually... what? Okay, you get that dude. These are the guys that come in the starter. Yeah, I just don't think I care anymore. It's taking too long. Come on, buddy. Like, you're not going to make it worth my while, are you? If I click on that. Yeah, no thanks. So, here's what I'm going to do. We're going to not buy that. We're going to go bold. We're going to go bold. We're going to go not we're just going to go straight in with just the stuff we want. So, instead of buying that, I'm going to buy some singles that I like the look of. Right? So, we are going to it's only 35. I'm still going to remove I don't care. Still removing it. Okay. Hanami, Tsubaki, Saki, Misaki. Okay, so now I can just add Satsuko. Just stop. Let me keep shopping. This is the best stream ever where we just shop on stream. What have we done? Okay, it already comes with Hanami. It already comes with Saki. Look at that, dude. I'm good to go. I'm good. I think I'm good. I'm just going to add the lady with the cat now that I can. Actually, I should... Yeah. Let's just add the lady with the cat and be done. Okay. Good to go. Oh man, see, look at that. That's only £100. We did it, fam. We did it. We did it. That's it. Actually, stuff I want. Yeah. So we're good to go. Okay. Um, what do you want to do? Do you want to close the stream and you could just tell me what you want to order? Or I could leave this on. I could leave this up. Okay. I think we're just gonna, yeah, because I don't. Why didn't you? I can let you sleep on it, and you can message me tomorrow. Oops. Okay. So. So I just bought the theme warband bundle, right? Which is a full warband apparently, and then I bought the special card deck, and I gotta get the Buddha guy because he's Buddha, and then just a couple of singles. That's it. That seems like that's more than enough to play the game because it's a full warband plus some options. I don't know. I'm gonna leave this up though, and so you can message me tomorrow, and I'll put together the order for that. So, okay, let me. Okay, hey, look, we finished some. We didn't actually finish that guy, but we're pretty much finished her. And we gotta finish Shark Guy. But that's it. We did okay for being distracted for like over an hour looking at Bushido miniatures. Damn, what does my Wednesday look like? Sean, let's see if Wednesday will work. Wednesday may work. Let me see. What does my Wednesday look like? Ooh, Wednesday early would work. Wednesday early would work. Well, we'll figure that out. I think Wednesday early may work. Like 11 to 1, basically, might work for me. Anyway, I think we'll just leave it there, guys, because I got to go to bed anyway. So, with that, we're going to call the stream to a close. I want to thank everyone for watching. Have a good night, guys. We'll catch you on the next one. Cool, cool.